Welcome back to Master Movers. Hi, I'm Carey, your local Northern Virginia real estate agent who specializes in foreign service and PCSing. And I'm super excited today because my guest is my great friend Angela. So we lived in Thailand together and now she has moved back here to Northern Virginia and now is a past client and she settled in Brambleton. So Brambleton is an suburb, that sounds like a weird word, of Ashburn. And it is really exciting because the Silver Line, the metro, just opened up a few weeks there. So, hi, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself first, before you tell me about where you landed in Northern Virginia. Where have you lived all over the world?
All right, so we have lived mostly big cities.
Okay.
I was born in Ohio, and then New York, Europe. We were in Austria, Philadelphia, and South Beach.
And Bangkok. The best, that's where we met. So you've got experience in moving.
Lots of experience in moving.
Awesome. And what made you choose Brambleton? So Angela bought a new build from overseas. So we essentially went through the process together. She got into contract while still overseas. And then I helped just manage the project for her here. But you knew kind of the area that you wanted to live before we started working together.
Exactly.
So what made you want to choose Brambleton?
So I wanted Brambleton because I know that the houses out in the Brambleton, Ashburn area, you get more for your money.
Yeah.
And they're newer homes.
Yeah.
And that's really made a big difference.
That's what you wanted.
That's what I wanted. That's
so
important to me.
homes.
I wanted a newer home. I wanted
bigger, more space,
more
kind
space.
of idea. Okay.
I didn't want to have to go in and redo a house completely.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more moving.
But now she does, just for the record.
Oh, yes.
House, she'll do.
That's on the next one.
That's the next one. So, have you been happy in Brambleton?
I love it.
You love it.
I love it.
Tell me and everyone, what would you say your top 3 things are that you love about Brambleton, where you chose to live?
So, top 3 things. It's beautiful.
Oh.
It's so beautiful out there. It's like a breath of fresh air. I've lived in so many big cities that I wanted something that felt, I don't know, it feels like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Like I always say,
I
feel like I'm in a Hallmark movie. The schools,
okay,
top schools. They're like 9, 10s.
Yeah.
I had a daughter going into middle school.
Yeah.
Super nervous about that. And so happy with the teachers.
Great.
With the other kids. And there's actually diversity in the school, which I wasn't sure how that was going to be in that area. There's a lot of diversity.
Awesome.
And
Number 3.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard to pick. But you are like literally 12 to 18 minutes to anything. I've got like 3 Targets depending what direction I go. 2 different Costco's, each like 12 minutes, 15 minutes.
And you have the airport.
Oh, I have the airport.
Dulles is not far either, which is really great.
It's 15 minutes.
And then how far are you from Leesburg?
12.
Because you love popping out there a little bit
So
too,
we go
right?
out to Leesburg a lot. My daughter Stella does gymnastics out there. So that's like maybe
that's
15 minutes.
Okay.
So it just offers all this extra.
You can get everywhere.
Everywhere. Chantilly's just right there. Okay. Sterling. I mean, it's easy.
Awesome. Great commute. I like that.
Great commute.
Now, we both know that not every place is perfect.
Yeah.
What would you say are 3 cons to living out in Brambleton?
So the biggest con is not being able to go out to dinner in the city.
In DC.
In DC.
Oh, okay.
In DC. So that is like my biggest con.
Because that's a bit of a hike.
It is a bit of a hike. And so what we do is like we have a lot of Marriott points. And if we decide to do it, we stay
staycation.
We do a staycation. But there's also really good restaurants in Ashburn or, in the surrounding area. So we're not missing the restaurants.
It's just not the experience in the city.
I'm a city person sometimes.
Yes.
So
you want to get away, but you want to be close enough too. It's a bit of a balance.
But I mean, it's really the only downside. I don't have
any other cons.
Not really.
I like it.
I like the area a lot.
That's so good. It makes me so happy. So if someone's moving back from overseas or out of the state, and they were looking at Brambleton, could I hook you up with them?
I would
just
love
to have
it.
a conversation? Okay.
Please be my neighbor.
Yeah.
So the one thing I would say with Brambleton, and it was something that I had to wrap my head around, is that it's a lot of townhomes.
Yeah.
So we did a new build townhome, but they're huge. They're still 2,700, 3,000 square feet. Right. But it is a different look than some of the other areas within Virginia. Now there are single family homes there too.
Yeah.
So it just
But those are more like kind of pretty close to each other also. Like they're like townhomey in the way that they're built so close together. You still get more space, you have some yard, but it's kind of the same thing because it's just, like you said, those new homes, those come with new developments, which are a lot closer together. But I will say what I love about it is where you picked in Brambleton, you have great walkability. So even though it seems really far out west, you have a community there that you could go to movie theater, you could go to restaurants. You're just walking out of your townhome. There's a gym right there.
3 minutes to walk to a gym, to walk to the town center,
a grocery
library,
store,
a grocery store, nail place, vets. I mean, everything I want is literally within walking distance. And I'm not missing that outdoor space because the way they do the townhomes, like I actually have a huge 20-foot porch that once the weather gets warm, we'll turn it into like a whole living space. And everybody in the community just goes outside and plays pickleball.
Well, you also have that green grass right there too. So it's like right there. So you're not just home, no space, like complete, just parking. Like it feels, like you said, a little bit more suburban too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love it.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
If you guys have any questions about Brambleton, Angela is going to be your go-to, especially if I can't help too. We got extra on this. But stay tuned for more master movers. Foreign service movers, we're the best. We're good at moving and we know what we like. We can live everywhere. And so we are giving you the straight pros and cons of all of Northern Virginia. So make sure you subscribe and don't miss an episode.